Hey guys, it's Coco Charisse. I'm back to show you how to make polymer clay earrings using real flowers. I received these flowers from Amazon, or ordered them from Amazon, and I wanted to go ahead and try them in polymer clay. I've seen a few artists use them two different ways. The first way is to bake your polymer clay. Get your shapes cut out, bake them, and then place the flowers on top after you bake. Or you can place your flowers on top of the raw clay, cut it out, and then bake it. And I thought that the way that I liked was you put it on the raw polymer clay and then you cut your pieces out. I just thought it looked more organic, so I preferred that look, so I tried it out, and this is the result that I got. If you would like to see how to do this, and if you like the result, stay tuned and let me know if you would like to see more videos like this, videos on how to do stuff or try it out just to see how it works. So yeah, so if you're new to polymer clay like me, well, I've been doing it for about a year, but I'm still learning new techniques and all different things. Make sure you subscribe, and again, I hope you like the video. Thank you. See you later. Welcome back, you guys. So I got these flowers from Amazon, and they're super pretty. They have vibrant colors, and I wanted to go ahead and try them in the oven. So I was told that if you put the real flowers in the oven, they will burn or brown, but I wanted to try it for myself because that's just how I roll. I want to try everything on my own most of the time. So yeah, and I got these gold flakes just to add to the slab as well, just to add some pop of gold. And yeah, so this is Sculpey Souffle in the color Robin Egg Blue, and this is the cutter I'm using. I got this from Etsy. Etsy has a wide variety of different cutters at great prices, and they have them from all throughout the world. They ship, so if you're in another country, yeah, you can go ahead and order some cutters, some cute cutters for your projects. And yeah, I was picking off some of that gold flake. I don't know why, because I'm putting it on there anyway, but yeah, so I'm rolling this out because I see a little bit of those roller marks that you get from your pasta machine. Yeah, I just want to go ahead and roll those out. So I'm rolling it very lightly. I'm not doing it hard at all. It's just enough to get some of those ridges out. I'm not sure if you can even see them, but I can. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here. Now I'm carefully placing my flowers on top of the slab. And I didn't even read this before I made this video, but you can use Sculpey liquid translucent to stick them down. But I didn't even do that. I just put them right on the clay. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here. And I'm trying to space them out so that the colors are all different. You know what I mean? Like not all the same flower colors are together. I was being a little bit extra on this part, trying to space them out. I don't know why, but yeah, you can make them any way you like. Okay, once I place my flowers to where I want them to be, I take a piece of parchment paper, and you can also use regular printing copy paper, but I have this paper and I'm burnishing it down. I'm not pressing hard at all. I'm just rubbing it, rubbing it down so that it will stay down in the clay. It's kind of embedding it inside the clay. And so yeah, you just do that until it feels sort of smooth and you can barely feel the flowers on top of the paper. Now I'm taking the gold flakes that I got from Amazon and I'm placing them wherever I feel like I wanted a little bit of gold. This step is pretty self-explanatory. You just use your creativity or whatever look you're going for, And yeah, you just go for it. So this is the result. This is so pretty to me. I love how bright it is. It's so pretty. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and burnish this some more so that gold flake will lay down flat as well, as long along with the flowers. So that's what I'm doing here. Okay, on to cutting our shapes. This was the hardest part for me because this cutter was sharp, but it was kind of hard to cut through the middle of these because they're thicker in the middle, and I didn't realize that. So you'll see me trying to get around those middle parts of the flower without breaking the petals off. I did an okay job, but I could have done a lot better. I should have just stayed away from the middle of them. And you could kind of see there, I kept trying to press through it, and then I got my little board out that, it kind of helps with my hands, and then that little piece was sticking out and it wouldn't stay. But it's okay. And yeah, you just go ahead and pick where you feel like it would be prettiest to cut your flowers. Okay, once you're done, you just pull up the extra clay, and it looks so nice. I love the way this looks. And you can see some of the flowers are shedding a little bit, but that's fine. Yeah, I'm going to save the scraps. I'm not sure exactly what I'll do with them yet, but yeah, always just save your scraps just in case. When you're picking up your pieces off of the slab, make sure you use a tissue blade so that you don't distort your pieces. And then once you're done with that, you go ahead and you try to clean up the edges as much as you can. When you use real flowers and you press through with your blade, or not your blade, your cutter, it does leave some of the flower, I guess, dust around the edges. So you can try to clean that up and remove any excess clay, just clean it up. And I'm using a little bit of alcohol on a Q-tip to clean up any lint or anything that I just see that needs to be cleaned off. I put these in the oven at 275 for 1 hour. Please bake according to your specific clay, but that's how long I baked mine. I also tinted it with a foil pan just to be careful so that no heat will just scorch them. And this is how they look out of the oven. As you can see, they are darker. They're not burned. Well, I mean, they're not burned. They're dark. They're darker than what they were before, but I still love them. So I'm going to go ahead and keep on working with them. They're not ruined from what I can see. So I'm going to go ahead and sand the edges down. I have a sanding pad, and it's 2000 grit, which is very fine. And I'm going to go ahead and sand the edges because you can see that the flowers are sticking up around the sides and stuff like that. So I'm just sanding that down. Once I was done sanding them, I buffed them down a little bit on the sides as well, just to add a little bit more smoothness to them. That's just a personal preference. You don't have to do this, but I do like to use that little buffing tool on my Dremel. Now I'm going to go ahead and coat these with UV resin. This UV resin is also from Amazon, and I have my everything from Amazon. I know that's kind of annoying, but it's convenient for me. Yeah, I got a UV light as well. You'll need a UV light if you want to use this resin. I know people do sit their stuff outside, but I don't have any experience with that. So yeah, I go ahead and I put my resin in a little container, and then I cover it with a cup so that no rays can get to it and cure it. And it helps me work with my resin faster without having to keep, opening my resin bottle, closing my resin bottle, opening my resin bottle. So yeah, that's how I use my resin. You'll see it here in the next shot. Okay, so you use your little silicone mat so that if any of the resin falls to the sides, it'll catch it and it should be fine. And yeah, you take your resin and you carefully coat the top of your flower, and it will have some air bubbles because flowers aren't, you know, completely flat. They do have ridges and stuff in them. So you'll just try to work as carefully as you can, and then when you get any air bubbles, you could use a heat gun. I used a heat gun, but the heat gun didn't really do too much for the for the resin air bubbles. Usually, if I use a two-part resin, a heat gun gets them out really fast. So maybe I should have used a lighter. I do see some people use lighters, but I didn't do that. But they still came out pretty nice though. Also, if you're going to be using resin, use gloves and a respirator. I forgot to put my gloves on. I don't know what I was thinking. That's crazy. But yeah, use gloves because some people are very allergic to it, and I didn't use them. I don't know if it's because I was using this long stick and I figured I'll be fine, but yeah, make sure you use protective gear. Here I'm using my heat gun. When you're doming tops of your earrings, usually you just want the resin to go barely to the sides, but the heat gun pushed it over a little bit, which is fine. I can clean that up with some sanding. And like I said, it got some of the air bubbles out, but this resin is so thick, I think that's why I didn't really pop them, but there weren't too many bubbles, and I still think it looked pretty good. You see? They're so shiny. Then I go ahead and I put these under the UV lamp, and I put them under there for about 20 minutes. I need to get a new one because my UV lamp, you have to keep pressing it over and over to get more minutes, so I'm probably going to get a new one. Now here I'm drilling the holes just so that we can go ahead and add our components, and we're almost done. Okay, guys, I am so happy with the result of my earrings. I believe that I did a great job, and I hope that you like them as well. I do add the backs on after this video is done. I do have a video on how to add backs to your earrings securely. I'll link it, but you use glue, you let it dry, you let your backs dry, and then you add the UV resin. So this is the result. I believe they're gorgeous. I'm going to list them on my website, adornedbysharice.com, if you would like to purchase some. Each pair is so unique. As you can see, I just love it. I don't know. I can't believe I made these. But please let me know if you like this video in the comments, and subscribe because I'll definitely be making more videos. And follow me on Instagram, Adorned by Sharice, and have a great weekend. Bye.